Hi guys, it's week 34 of the English Premier League and we've got all games covered in a full weekend of action. No FA Cup games this week. Punditry team are back. First game is going to be Arsenal versus Man United. But before we get to that, just a gentle reminder to please like, subscribe and comment. Enjoy the video, guys.
Arsenal versus Man United. It's a tough one to call this. Arsenal have had some bad results of late. United have managed to nick some results here and there, albeit from Cristiano Ronaldo. News has come out recently that he unfortunately suffered a loss of his son. So seems like he will be out. He's a massive loss for United, and he's been the catalyst for the team. So I can't see much going for United here. Then again, it depends on how Arsenal bounce back. I don't think there's much to break the deadlock really, and I think it might just be a bit of a stalemate. I'm going to go for a 0-0.
Leicester versus Aston Villa. Two very frustrating sides, both very inconsistent this year, both around mid-table. Both have great squads and both had a view of being higher than what they are at the start of the season. You just don't know what you're going to get from both sides. Regarding Aston Villa, who are the away side, yeah, Jekyll and Hyde, as I've said before and as Phil said, got a young manager who will probably be judged next year. But the talent they got, they really need to be more consistent. I think they need a result here, just to make sure they're in a better position than what they could be if they lose. With Leicester, I think their season is now just focusing on the Conference League. They've got an opportunity to win that, and I think they've every right to win that. Again, another side, you just don't know what's going to show up. Both defensively been poor this year. I do expect goals. I do expect a good game. I'm actually going to go for an away win here. It could go any way, any results on the table. One of these fixtures where it's going to be like, look, you don't know what's going to happen. You're going to be excited to watch it if there's goals. And I'm going to go for, like I said, Aston Villa away win here. I'm going to say they're going to win this one 2-1.
Manchester City v Watford. Top against bottom. Defending champions against a yo-yo club going for another relegation. I don't think there's a lot to say about this game. I think Man City are going to put the nail in the coffin and send Watford down. I think the score here is going to be a very comfortable 3-0 to Man City.
So this week I've finally got a Newcastle game to talk about and predict. You know, it's going to be quite obvious which team I go for. It seems I'm a Newcastle fan. Even though we are away to Norwich, who are obviously fighting for the license in the Premier League, I still reckon, yes, it'll be a difficult game. You know, Norwich played very, very well against Man United and probably unlucky to come away with nothing from that game. I think a draw might have been a fair result in their game. But moving on from that, you know, Newcastle are in a nice little run of form. I believe we're probably in the top 4 in form in a minute in the whole Premier League. You know, Eddie Howe's done unbelievably well with the squad since January. You know, the team's gelling well, playing well, we're getting results. So that being said, I'm going to go for, like I say, it's not going to be the easiest game, but I'm going to go for 3-0 Newcastle win.
Brentford v Spurs. It's not a game that I would like to call, so I don't like either team, but credit where credit's due. Brentford have been on a great run. The last couple of weeks started off beating us 4-1 over the bridge. No excuses there. They're on form. They're playing well. Spurs on the other end have just come off a 1-0 loss to Brighton at home, which many expected for them to win, because they've seen a good little run of form, winning a few games in a row, and they've got top 4 to contend with. This game is such a tough one to call because in a way, yes, you've got Brentford on form. Spurs have just lost, but Spurs were on a great run as well. And Brentford haven't got nothing to play for, they're safe now. Whereas Spurs need minimum of points to keep the top 4 chances alive. And I think it's going to be a very, very edgy game. I think it's going to be a very, very evenly contested game. I think it's going to be 50-50 off the boards. And I really can't split them. I'm going to go for a Brentford 1, Spurs 1 game. I really can't separate them. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 1-0 either way, 2-1 either way, but I'm gonna go with my gut instinct with a score draw. Again, it's just so tough. I can't really sort of separate the two based on form at the moment. It's hard to pick a winner, but obviously Brentford fans will be happy with the way the team's playing. I know they'll fancy it. With Spurs would hope that get the result against Brighton, just a blip, but again, I'm sitting on the fence with this one. I'm going to go Brentford 1 through Ivan Toney and Spurs 1 through Harry Kane. Brentford 1, Spurs 1.
It's my week 34 prediction, and this week I've got the cracker Barcelona versus Southampton. Barcelona, aka Brighton, as you know, they've turned into Barcelona the last few weeks with 2 big wins against Arsenal, the Don's team, and obviously Spurs. I think it'll be a tight game with potentially Southampton coming out on top. Southampton have had quite a poor run of few games, and Brighton's run will not continue. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Southampton win.
Burnley versus Wolves. One team fighting relegation, one team chasing Europe. A couple of games left till the end of the season, so both teams still all to play for. Should be a competitive game, but obviously both teams do need to get positive results out of this, so it could get a bit cagey. Burnley just recently set Sean Dyche, so hard to tell what type of football they're going to be playing. Wolves, obviously we know they're solid, defensively sound, tough to beat, don't score a lot, don't concede a lot either. I think this trend is going to carry on as both teams do tend to be in quite low scoring games. So I'm going to say that this one ends in a draw. It's going to be 1-1. Probably doesn't really suit anyone, but both teams still all to play for the remainder of the season. 1-1.
Week 34, Chelsea, West Ham. So Chelsea off the back of a FA Cup semi-final win. And obviously they're playing Arsenal during the week. So I'm doing this obviously before they even play the Arsenal game. So I don't quite know, obviously I don't know what results they're going to get from the Arsenal game. West Ham drew home to Burnley. So they're not on a great run of form, West Ham, at the minute. I know Chelsea have started a little bit, but they've obviously beat Southampton 6-0, and then they've won the FA Cup semi-final. But like I say, I don't know what they're going to do in the league game against Arsenal yet. So I just think this one's going to be tight. London derby. West Ham still, I think they've got a chance of top 4, though they probably haven't. But certainly can get into Europa League if they can get a good result here. Chelsea are going to cement their place in 3rd. Either way, whether they win, lose or draw. So I think West Ham should go there. I think just call it as like a free hit, I suppose. Go there, nothing to lose. Take it to Chelsea, see what happens. They are vulnerable at times, as we've seen during the season. But I just think I've got a sneaky feeling that I think West Ham get a point out of this. So for me, I think it's going to be a scoring draw. Don't want to go for boring 0-0, so I'm going to go for Chelsea 2, West Ham 2.
Premier League predictions week 34. The game I've been given is the Merseyside derby, Liverpool versus Everton. I think this will be an easy one-way show for Liverpool. They will be running right again, just like they did against Manchester United. Everton, on the other hand, looking a bit up and down, but I think they will survive. They will stay up in the Premier League, in my view. I think they've got the capability, the players there to survive. But yeah, back to Liverpool. Just it's gonna be a dominant all over the pitch, every department, and I can see Liverpool winning this 3-0.
Crystal Palace versus Leeds. Palace would want to finish as high as possible with like an amazing first run with Vieira. Now Leeds, they look safe for now, but they have some players that are decent form and some that just aren't. This one could go any place, anyway. But us bees, we're safe, mate. We're in the Prem for another season. And I would love to finish on top of Palace to annoy Phil. Anyways, I'm going to go for a Leeds win in that way. So I'm going to say maybe 2-0 to Leeds. Sorry, Palace fans.